So you're playing Celeste and you just heard about that unlockable minigame called Pico 8. You know, the original prototype that Celeste is based off of? Well, to get a little annoyingly technical, Pico 8 isn't actually the name of the unlockable game, which is referred to as Celeste Classic, was developed in 4 days and eventually evolved into the better rounded and more fulfilling Celeste based on its positive reception. Pico 8 is actually the name of the second gen-like virtual console for which Celeste Classic was originally designed. But anyway, you heard you could find and play Celeste Classic by unlocking it somewhere in Celeste, and you want to know how to do it. Well, I'm BuzzM1, and in this video, I'll show you where to find Celeste Classic in Celeste. But remember, you can also just play Celeste Classic online if you don't want to bother with getting to it in Celeste. Just throwing that out there before we get started. I'll put a link to the Celeste Classic homepage in the description below if you prefer going that route. So Celeste Classic is located in the 3rd level, the Celestial Resort. Remember that part where you find Oshido's suicide note? No? Okay, well halfway through the level you get to that point where you're in the giant room with all the clutter in it, which you wind up cleaning all by yourself in order to get the key while Oshido hides in a corner somewhere wringing his sweaty palms. So once you get to that room, head to the doorway on the bottom right, cross the water and go into the laundromat. In the laundromat, that's where Oshido left his suicide note, by the way. Have a look at my review of this game if you want to know more about that. Anyway, in the laundromat, you'll notice a largish passageway in the ceiling. Jump up through that and take the little hallway to Oshido's secret inner sanctum. And there you'll find the old man's Pico 8 terminal on which you can play Celeste Classic to your heart's content. I warn you though, the controls are a little wanky and there's no clinging onto walls, but feel free to knock yourself out. And breathe a sigh of relief about how non-embarrassing it was to find only an outdated gaming console in some lonely old stranger's inner sanctum. Things could have easily been a lot more awkward there, I would imagine. So pretty tame, but then here's Theo going around referring to Oshido as a creepy old weirdo. Yeah, sure Theo, you're one to talk. Anyway, while we're at it, let's do one more for the road. What about that crazy blue heart they tease you with? You know, the one that's visible but blocked by the floor when you take the vertical path on the top right of the big room? Well, you gotta go next door and take the horizontal path on the top right to get to it, right? Yes, but here's the problem. The way to get up there is blocked by the purple towels. But then once you clean the purple towels, access to that path is blocked by the cube of jelly. So if you can't get up there before you clean the purple towels, and you can't get there after you clean the purple towels and exit back into the main room, then what do? Okay, so the trick is you clean the towels by mashing that floor switch, but then don't exit back to the main room. Instead, go through this secret, and then backtrack through the purple towel section to the room where the ceiling access was blocked. Now that everything's been cleaned up, you can go right through and get your heart. So that's about it for the Celestial Resort. This was one of my favorite levels in the game. I really liked all the little details like the sound of Madeline's footsteps on the wooden floor planks and the discoverable pieces of Mr. Oshido's depressing backstory. And the whole idea of how house cleaning gets translated into the 2D platform mechanic of discovering and mashing a floor switch, I thought was particularly clever as well. So anyway, was this video helpful? Please leave a note in the comments section to let me know whether or not you got something out of it. And by the way, I did a review for the full Celeste game, which if you liked this video, you might also enjoy. So click on the box and give it a watch if you think you'd be interested in that. Also, feel free to check out my channel page. Just click on the icon below this video of the enthusiastic looking dog. I've got some reviews and other stuff on the channel that you might also be interested in. And if you do look at the channel and like what you see, feel free to subscribe. I would appreciate it. Anyway, until next time, thanks so much for watching.